It's great to be here tonight. We're gonna do hopefully some fun exercises tonight. Some things that will help to teach you about visualizing your dreams, goals for your life, and how to get there. You know, it's great. We can imagine a lot of things, but a lot of times that's where things stop. We think that dreams are elusive, that they're not obtainable, and so we're going to teach you some practical steps tonight about how to turn things from dream to reality. Just briefly, for those of you that did not see us last time, that don't know anything about us, I come from an alcoholic background. The way I like to describe it to people, I was a professional drinker for about 17 years, and drank enough to last me a lifetime, so I quit about 17 years ago and have been sober for that amount of time. I was a child of the 70s. Grew up in the era of sex and drugs and rock and roll. That was the mantra then, and things aren't too terribly different today. So that's kind of what I was raised in, and that's what I was, that's where my life was going. And fortunately, I was rescued from that, pulled out of that, and have been able to steer my life in a much different direction since then. But I started learning about some of the principles that we're going to talk about tonight probably about 20 to 25 years ago. My wife, in the same way, has put these things into practice for almost 25 years as well. What we're here to tell you tonight is the things that we're talking about, the things that we're going to teach you, will work if you do them. Of course, they won't if you don't. But if you can take some simple practical exercises and put them into practice, it will change your life. It can put it on a completely new road in a completely different direction. We're going to do an exercise to help you to get in touch with dreams, goals, aspirations, things that you may want to do. We're going to do an exercise on turning those into a physical, visible reality. And then we're going to do the final exercise. The third exercise is to create a vision of what that future might look like. Like I said, these are things that will work for anything in your life, whether it's education, professional, personal, relational, it doesn't matter. It works for all of them. In our life, thoughts become things. The things we think about, we bring about. If we dwell on negative, if we dwell on failure, if we dwell on destructive thoughts, if we dwell on things that are bad for us, then that's what will result in our lives. That may be the very thing that led some of you in these chairs tonight. I sat in those chairs years ago. And if you stay on that course, you may end up next door or down the road or what have you. But you can turn things around and you can generate the result in your life that you want if you can just learn how to do those things. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we teach. It works. We're living proof. We could cite example after example after example. My wife is going to share some things. But that's a short summary of what we're going to do tonight. The exercises, I think, are going to be fun for you. They're things that you can practice, like I said, in any aspect of your life. But right now, I'd like to introduce or reintroduce my wife, Dina Beauvais, who is an amazing success story herself, and she's going to share a little bit of her story.
So I want to ask, how many of you were here before a few months ago? Okay. Well, so just a little bit of my story. I know Austin was. Just a little bit of my story. Some of you are familiar with, but I'm just going to briefly touch on a few more things that might interest you. Starting at age 14, I was a freshman in high school, and I was a party animal. And I was in the high school dropouts, we were into drugs, alcohol, sex, everything that you can think of. And I remember specifically at this turning point in my life. I was 14 years old. It was Friday night, and we were all going out partying, and a whole bunch of us were piled in this little teeny tiny car, junky, old crappy car, and we were smoking and drinking, and we were parked at the gas station. And out of the corner of my eye at the gas station, totally, you know, I wasn't expecting anything. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw this really pretty girl who was dressed in a business suit. She had a red sports car and long dark hair. And I thought, that's who I really am. And I got a vision for my life. I'm like, that's who I am. I'm not this. Why am I with these people? This is not who I am. And I said, I'm changing everything. So I changed everything right then and there. The next day, I decided and I focused my mind. I had a goal that I was going to be that girl, that I was going to graduate from high school, I was going to graduate from college, I was going to get a great business job, have a great business degree, and I was going to be driving that red sports car, and I was going to be having that red business suit, and I was going to look just like that and have that successful life. So I changed all my friends. I did graduate from high school with honors. I graduated from college with honors in 4 years. And how I did it was I took captive every thought, which is what we're going to teach you tonight. I visualized my end goal, my end result, and I kept it in my mind. And I did some of the exercises that we're going to do tonight. I did the key cards, and we'll talk about those. I had something like a vision board. I would draw out my success, which is, we're going to do all these things tonight. And these are some of the ways that I was able to train my mind for success, my conscious and my subconscious mind for success.